going to make a snowman wreath. Well, it is going to hang on the door, so it's going to be a small wreath. Out of these two Dollar Tree wreath forms, these are the 8-inch ones. I know a lot of people have been fortunate enough to find the snowman forms at the Dollar Tree. I haven't found one, so I'm going to just make my own out of these two fellas. I've got this cute little hat that I'm going to use also from the Dollar Tree, and I've got this yarn, sparkle chenille yarn. This is from Walmart. I have some left from a previous project, and then I'm probably going to need to dig into this because that's all I have left. So let's get started on this. I'm going to separate this. Just put this. So that again was the two-piece floral wreath ring, and I'm going to connect them and make a little snowman out of it for my door. I'm going to wrap it first and then I'll connect it. So I'm going to set one aside, get started on the wrapping. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I know some people weave it, some people wrap it. I know the latest trend is to wrap it with the piece of ribbon going down the center. I don't have any blue or snowflakey kind of thin ribbon that would look cute on this, or else I might try that. But for now, I'm just going to wrap it and go from there. So I'm going to start it off by tying this on the end here. Apparently I'm going to struggle with it a little bit, but I'm going to just give it a quick tie. You could zip tie this, you could glue it, you could do a number of things, but I am just going to give it a tie. Because again, this is just for my own personal use. If I were to sell it, I'd probably zip tie it or glue it just to make sure that it was super sturdy and stuck on there. I'm not doing either of those things, so I'm going to just start wrapping it. And all I'm doing is tossing it through the center, wrapping it around the edge, so on and so forth, until I'm all the way around here. Now I will run out of this one and I will have to add in another piece, but that's okay. I like this white with the sparkle. It has a little bit of like silver tinsel in it. I think that's cute. It makes me think of snow. I know that other stores sell this very chunky yarn. Hobby Lobby does. I believe I've seen it at Michael's also. The only place I've seen it with the tinsel in it though is at Walmart. So I like it with the tinsel. So I get it at Walmart. If you don't particularly care one way or the other, if it has the tinsel or if it doesn't have the tinsel, that's fine. When I get to the end here, I'm just going to tuck this through this one once, just so it kind of holds it so that it doesn't slide too much, and then just continue on. Now that I'm coming to the end, let me grab this other one. Pop her open. There we go. And I'm gonna cut off a decent chunk because I don't really want to fight with weaving this whole roll in there. I'm going to, and I kind of just did a quick measure. My mom is a seamstress and she always told me from the tip of your fingers to like your shoulder, I think it's supposed to be a yard. So I just did a quick little measure that way. So it looks like if I go with that, I've got just over, just about 4 yards, give or take. It's not an exact science. I probably have shorter arms than some. So I'm just gonna tie it together. Hopefully I can pull that to the back. Trim off some of that excess. Oops. And start wrapping again. Separate it from this. I don't know where that piece is. It's all confused. There we go. Oh, stay away. And as it comes to the end, just gonna try to keep it in there decently tight. And when it looks really full, wrap this in here and just kind of go through it one time. And I've kind of pulled it through and then looped it so it's kind of like a knot, and then I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to leave this tail on it because that might come in handy when I'm attaching these two together. I might be able to use this tail or not, and I'll just cut it off and it'll just be an extra piece, or maybe I can even try to loop it and make something else out of it. So I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to start on this one. I think that was about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And since I already had a chunk prior, we're going to say 5, 6, and we're going to go with 6 and see how that goes. Not exact, just a guesstimate. Got these fuzzies everywhere now. Again, I'm going to tie this on. Just a regular old knot. So this one I do have some extra on, so I think I'm going to use it to help attach the two together so that they become one little snowman. Alright, I'm done with this for now. I'm going to take this excess piece. Now you could zip tie these together, and if this doesn't work I may very well do that, but since I have the excess, I'm going to see about using it. I'm going to shove it in between here if I can. If my old fingers will allow it. And pull it out this side. And then I'm gonna leave it in on this side. Sorry, the camera is shaking. Kind of have a wobbly table. I'll have to do something about that. Pull it through on this side. I can get a hold of it. It's all the same color, so it's hard to push through. There we go. And now I'll take it back over and around. And down through the other side of the bracket. So all I did is I took, it was attached to this one, I I took it down and around and I weaved it into like the bottom bracket. Let's see if I have another one of these. I do. So this was attached to this top piece still. I wrapped it underneath and in, and then I tucked it between, so it was underneath and around, and I tucked it in here, went under, popped up into this one, and went again, because the brackets are lined up, and went in on that one. And now I'm coming around the back, and I'm going to just do the reverse, where I'm going to tuck in on this side, come out the back. If this is something you find too complicated or too fussy, you can certainly attach it with a zip tie. That would definitely work. So then I'm going to come under on this side, and I'm going to tuck back into this section and see if we can't weave that. Right. And there we go. Now it'll hang decently. I'll cut this excess off, or maybe I'll use it as a scarf. I don't know. We'll see. It'll hang decently. It's gonna like go like that if I pushed it, but just hanging from my door, it'll pull itself down. Gravity will. So that will be fine. But if you don't like it that way, absolutely use a zip tie or a Chanel stem or whatever you would prefer to use. So we're going to take these two pieces that I've looped together. Here's what the back side looks like. It's a little bulky right here, but that's okay. The door it's going to hang on, it's not going to affect that. And this is where I had tied it previously. Again, it's a little bulky. If you don't like that, you don't have to wrap the excess yarn around it. I didn't mind it. It'll kind of keep this part pushed out on the door, and that'll be fine. And then whatever little bit of excess I had left, I just kind of weaved it in under the back side here so that it's actually all still here. It's just weaved in. This could probably be trimmed down a little better and glued if you're concerned about how puffy it is, but because it's fluffy yarn, I'm not too concerned about it. And this is what the front looks like. It's got, you can see the two pieces coming together. To me, well, the way it's holding here, it kind of looks like eyeballs. It had little things there, but it's a snowman, and I'm going to use this hat that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut off its little tag. I didn't realize when I purchased this hat, it's kind of bulky. I've decided I want to see what this hat looks like without this brown inner piece. So I'm going to just use my seam rippers. If you don't have seam rippers, you can just use a pair of scissors. And I'm just going to separate it from the hat itself by ripping the seams. I can tell that it is sewed together with this white ribbon or thread. So that is what I'm going for. I'm making sure I don't catch any blue thread, because that would be a part of the hat itself. It is coming, I mean, it's Dollar Tree, so it's coming apart fairly easily. Oof, that is a stringy little mess in there. Maybe I'll just leave it in there as a stuffing for the hat so that it has some stuffing. I was going to stick some batting in there, but maybe I'll just leave that in there. Yes. put it a little off to the side, not too much, but a little. And bring it down a little. I'm not going to give it a face, so the fact that it overhangs it a little is actually fine with me. Not sure how that will hang straight. I think it'll be fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this on. I'm going to pop a little glue here, a little glue here in the back, and then probably a little glue between the two to keep them together. Oh, that's cute. Let's see, do I want to connect it there or just leave it open? I think I'll just leave it open. I think it works. For the scarf of this snowman, I had a Dollar Tree snowflake piece that I was going to use for decoration for something else, and I didn't really like it, and it had a blue piece on the end here that had this blue tinsely garland stuff. So I took this off of the little plastic glue thing, which then I'll save this and use it for something else. And I think I'm going to use this to be the little snowman scarf. So it was long, and I just folded it in 4 pieces. Here, let me show you. It's a much longer piece, and I just folded it in half, and then folded it in half again until I got a piece about whatever that length is. It's about, helps if you go the right way, about 22 inches long when you fold it in 4s. So I'm going to tuck that behind. Now you might prefer something else. Maybe you have a scrap of fabric that you want to use. Maybe you have some really pretty ribbon you want to use. I'm just going to use this because it's what I have, and I like to try to, I spend enough at the Dollar Tree that I like to try to use the products that I get from there in multiple ways. And I think this will be cute, and it's going to hang on my door at work, so it will have a wintry look to it. And I kind of like, I'm going to cut this, I kind of like that it's got separate little pieces. So I'm going to cut the ends there so it will kind of hang in all different ways. Try that. I think I'll put a little bit of hot glue in the center there, and push this buddy into it. A decent dollop in the center. I'm just gonna push it in. Got my little plastic fingers. Silicone, actually, I think they are, that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to push from behind. I think we're good. So I thought I was done with this. I showed it to my husband, and he thought that the center part here was a little plain. And I don't know, I guess I agree with him. So I'm going to, I think, attach this blue piece, not doing anything to it. I think I'm actually going to attach it to the back side, just for some additional pop of glue. And I also think I'm going to take this, I'm going to wrap it so that it's going this way, so it looks like he's facing this way and the scarf is blowing off to the back. But I think if I put this here, that'll look cute and give it an extra little bit of blue. Again, this is for my own use. If I was going to gift this or sell this, I would do something to this piece to make it not look so plastic. Anyway, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. Just twist it on there. thing. I didn't clip off these little things yet. Sometimes when you're decorating, it doesn't have to be super fussy. Like, you can come up with something cute and raid your stash. If you're a crafter, you have a stash. If you're just getting started, you're going to build a stash. It's not stabby, so it won't scratch up the door. Alright, so there is my wreath for my door at work for the month of January. It will transition from a Christmas door to a winter door. Today we're going to be making a sun screen for my window at work. Now the window already has a shade on it, but it doesn't do a sufficient job of blocking the sun. About 4:30 p.m. the sun comes through the window, and the way my computer and my desk is facing, it comes over my computer monitors and stabs me right in the eyeballs. So I, in the month of December, had purchased a gift bag from the Dollar Tree that said Candy Cane Lane. And I made something similar to use for the month of December. And now that we're going to be transitioning into January, I wanted to do something that was more wintry and less Christmassy. So we're going to use this bag with the snowflake pattern on it to make the window shade. And what I'll do is remove these tags and this little plastic bit. And I'm going to use this tape. It's a double-sided tape, and it actually works really well. I'm going to run this tape on the inside flap here and stick it together. I'm gonna run it on the inside here and then also here and stick it together. And then probably we'll flip it over and stick a little piece there to keep that together. All right, so let me do that. So now that we have that all stuck together, it's one piece. I'm going to take this stake that I've had in my stash, and I used it, or it actually had a plaque on it, and I pulled the plaque off and I used it for another craft. So now what I'm going to do is I've already measured it, and I'm going to cut it, and I don't know if you can see the line right here, but I'm going to cut this piece off so that I have a wooden piece to put here, and I've already pre-cut another one. It's the same exact stake, I just cut it, and then I'm going to put that piece there, and this is going to stabilize it as it hangs on the window. And what I'll also do is add a magnet to the back here and a magnet to the back here, also here and here. And when I put this up on the window shade that is already hanging in there, I will have this side, and I will put a magnet on the opposite side of the shade so that it clings to the shade and prevents the light from getting me in the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this with my coping saw. All right. I'm going to use this little piece of wood just to help me balance as I cut through this. I'm going to set these off to the side so they don't get dust on them. And maybe that'll take the glare off you guys. So, I've got it lined up. I've got it on the line. And I'm just going to start sawing. This is going to shake the camera. I apologize. I found this vacuum on Amazon. I quite like it. Don't look at all the dirt in there. I was just vacuuming some stuff up. It's going to make noise. It's got a charger, so that will plug in there and I can charge it up. But it works quite well. I like it. I'm going to pull the bag back up onto the table. Hopefully it doesn't give you too much of a glare. I'm going to flip it to the back side where the flap is. I'm going to attach these pieces. So I'm just going to use this super glue gel that I found at the Dollar Tree. I like it quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I've removed all the clamps. I just kept it on there for a little bit and it has attached itself pretty nicely. So now I'm going to add some magnets to it. I'm going to put one there, and then in the other corners also. And I'm going to use just the same super glue that I had previously. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but these little dot spots here, they stick up higher than the rest of it. So I'm actually going to just put the glue in those spots. That is all I'm going to be doing with this. So that's it for this one. We're going to be making a snowman out of a sock. I actually have a couple sets. I'm only going to be making 2. So these are the socks I'm going to be using. And this is just some fill that I pulled out of a pillow. And just some little river rocks that I had cleaned up and dried to make sure that they're not wet at all. So that's what we're going to be doing. I've got a couple little elastics. We're going to start with the plaid one. I'm just going to throw a few rocks in the bottom. I'm replacing the decor in my office from Christmas to just something more appropriate for January. And I thought a couple of little cute snowmen might be adorable. So that's what we're doing. We're just gonna put the rocks in there. Now we're gonna shove in this fill. It's just the fill I got out of some pillows. I'm gonna kind of situate it in there. And then I'm gonna take another chunk. I'm also gonna put that in there. I put them in separate because I wanted them to have a little bit of separation already. Shove that down in there a little better. There we go. So you can kind of see that there's a little bit of separation already. And I'm going to take one of these little small elastics. If I can get my fingers in there, there we go. And I'm just going to wrap it around the top here a couple of times. I'm going to try for 3 and I'm pretty sure it'll go. There we go. So I've got around here 3 times. And then now just to distinguish the body a little better, I squish down those rocks a little bit. To distinguish the body a little better, I'm going to just wrap this elastic around here 1 time. Hope it doesn't snap on me. There we go. So it'll just pull it together a little bit. and I'm going to cut this little bit off. Apparently my scissors have gotten a little dull. I'm just going to cut that off. So we just got that little head there. And I think I'm going to use this as the hat, and I'm just going to gather this up with maybe another little piece of elastic because I don't think I could tie a knot in there. Let's see my little baggie here. Trying to find the ones that look the same, like shade of blue kind of. I'm just going to put this on the top here. Wrap it around a few times, trying to get it in the same spot. If I can do that. A little more time. I think that should be sufficient. Then I'll probably clean that up a little bit. And then we're going to put this on the little snowman. I think I might put a little fill in there just to puff it up a little bit. Just shove a little fill in there to hold its little shape. Put it on his head. Little fuzz. Fold it up a bit. It's going to be kind of a scruffy looking snowman, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, there we go. Alright, so this one is situated. He's got a little bit of rock in the bottom to keep him standing. He leans a little, but that's okay. I'm not decided if I want to do a little face on it yet, so I'm going to set it aside and do my next one, which will be with this sock. Again, I'm going to throw some rocks on the bottom. And I'm going to take some fill and shove it in there. I might try to make a little bit fatter than that other one. Again, kind of keeping a little distinguishing line between them, smooshing it a little bit. These little elastics, I think these actually came from Walmart because when I went to the Dollar Tree to try to find them, they didn't have any. So those particular ones are from Walmart, but they do typically carry them at the Dollar Tree. I just wasn't able to find them when I was looking. This elastic off the top. This is a pudgy snow person. Right in the center. Go this way. There. Just kind of form it the way you want it. Move your rocks around because I don't want them all in one spot. Time to sharpen my shears. Just make a little. Little beanie type top. Making this. this one's gonna not really stand out much. Right. No, I keep just doing that one. I need to find some white ribbon to line this. Not white ribbon, but some sort of white, just to line the little hat here so that it stands out. Oh, but that's pretty cute. The little rocks can be moved around so that it sits better. There. A couple of cute little snowmen. I'm gonna just glue on the hat a little bit. I've got my hat glue gun warming up. I'm gonna just tack down the hat a little bit so that it stays in place. Let's see here. Like that. So I'll just on the side here. This is one little. I'm not going to give this any little arms or anything. Take this little rim from this sock and wrap it around there. Oh, I think that's better. It gives it a little white rim around the hat. All right. So let's give this a little bit of glue.